Why I am addicted to Fujifilm, why I like to shoot Fujifilm, even if I am finding some imperfections. Let's talk about this now. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. In this video I want to share with you why I've decided in the end that I'm addicted to Fujifilm. I can't let go of Fujifilm even if I'm finding some imperfections. But if I'm thinking well, those imperfections are making me love Fujifilm even more. So let me share with you 5 points why I like to shoot Fujifilm. But before entering the subject, please subscribe now to my channel and give it a like. The first reason is the design and how the camera is looking. It's an important factor for me, not just because I want to be flashy with the camera. I'm not wanting to do this. I'm not a flashy person. I'm not liking to be in the center of attention. But this camera, the design and looks, it's making me pick the camera. It's making me want to take it over a Sony camera, over an Olympus camera, and so on. So design and looks, it's helping me keep the passion for photography going. It's really important. I didn't thought that it's so important because in the end result does matter, some photographers are saying. But for me, photography, it's also about the experience of taking pictures. So I like to have this experience. For me, it's not just the end result. So design and looks of the Fujifilm cameras, and I'm feeling of all Fujifilm cameras, even the X-H2 and X-H2S, are making those cameras attractive to be picked up and to be used. So it's a really great form and function of the design. So look at this camera. How could you not want to take this camera and fiddle with it? So the first step is take the camera in the hand. The next step is fiddle with the camera, and the next step is taking pictures. So this is where I feel that other manufacturers aren't able to deliver, and this is where Fujifilm is delivering a lot. So design and looks, build, size, price are making you want to take the camera, fiddle with it and take pictures. So a huge step to keep the passion going, to keep your photography going. The next reason is size and weight. Well, Fujifilm is having the best size and weight regarding also image quality and functions. Yes, you can look at Leica regarding design, size and weight, but those cameras are pretty heavy. You'll have a pretty heavy package on you. It's not like an X100V, so this is why I'm not looking at Leica. The size and weight, it's perfect. It's perfect on Fujifilm cameras. And one of the most perfect camera, I feel it is this camera, Fujifilm X-T30. Perfect balance regarding size, weight and functions and the end result. So a perfect balance. So look at those cameras. I'm really loving them. X-T30 is staying great with a bigger lens. It's a more portable package than X-T5 with this 18mm f1.4 lens. So size and weight, it's perfect. It's really helping me use these cameras in street photography, in family photography, in travel photography. I'm really liking the size and weight, it's perfect. And combine that again with design and looks, because yes, Sony is also offering some great APS-C bodies regarding size and weight and also full frame, but you don't have the design and looks. And now we are getting to the third part. I feel that it's the most important part that in the end made me decide that yes, I will stay with Fuji, because Fuji, it's the only system that is able to deliver this point. And this point is film simulations, film recipes. I've made a video where I'm criticizing a little the image quality from Fujifilm and especially the X-Trans sensor. The X-Trans sensor doesn't have a glossy look like a Sony APS-C sensor or like a Nikon or like a Leica. It doesn't have a glossy, fashionable look. It has an unclear look at pixel level especially, but also when you are sharing pictures. You'll be able to observe that you will not have that clear picture that you'll get with a Sony full frame camera, but also with a Sony APS-C camera, or even with a Sony 1-inch camera or other cameras. And my conclusion is that this is because of the X100 sensor. So X100 sensor has some advantages but also some disadvantages. So I've talked about the disadvantages in my other videos. But now, regarding the big advantage that is making me shoot Fujifilm and that it's making me not let Fujifilm, is that this X100 sensor is helping you get those nice looking organical JPEGs. The X100 sensor is helping you get that image that has something to it. It has some soul to it. It has some magic to it. It has some mojo to it. I'm not finding the right words to describe how is the image quality rendered by this X100 sensor, but it's not a glossy digital image. Let's say it like this. It's looking almost like film. And if you are able to tweak the settings regarding Fujifilm film recipes and you are able to do this, you'll get some great results. I've made some Fujifilm film recipes. You can find them on my blog. I'm really loving them. And especially I really love the earthy neck recipe. It's so film-like looking. It's amazing, amazing. Shooting in sun exposed +1 and you'll have basically film there. So the classic negative film simulation and also the classic chrome, the Estia, the Velvia, the Provia standard profile, crazy colors, crazy, and you will not be able to find those results straight from the camera results with other cameras. So put all this into place. Put good looks, good size, weight, and straight from the camera film-like pictures. Put this into perspective, and all these 3 points are sufficient to not let go of a Fujifilm camera. So the film simulation, I feel it is a big thing that again, you'll not be able to find them on other cameras. And yes, it's a big thing that you don't have to take a raw file and stay to edit the raw file. And another thing to address regarding here, the raw files, even if you are a very good editor, in general, you'll not be able to make the JPEG from the raw file as good as the Fujifilm JPEG engine. The Fujifilm JPEG engine is processing the raw file depending on the hardware of your Fujifilm camera. So this means you'll not be able to get the same color and the same JPEG with other Fujifilm camera. Even their raw processor, it's asking you to connect the camera to the computer to help the raw processor that you can download from Fujifilm to make another JPEG from your raw files. So the raw processing is very tied to the hardware. Here we are able to find the philosophy, and I feel that the philosophy of Fujifilm is that they wanted to make JPEGs look like film. I am really feeling this objective in their way of making the raw files, the X100 sensor, and the final JPEGs. Even the X100 fine pics, the first X100 camera, it had great raw files and JPEG files that you could swear that were film. The raw file had a curve like a film curve. It didn't have those hard shadows. Where are you able to find this? So nowhere. Just Fujifilm is providing you this. It's not like you are taking a preset and throw it on a JPEG or throw it on a RAW file. No, this is hard work regarding the generation of the JPEGs and of the final image. It really is. And this is very, very important, and especially for family photography, where you don't want to take all those family pictures and put them in a RAW processor and edit them and select them. No, just take JPEGs pictures and you are done. The next point is that you have such small lenses. Yes, they are old lenses, but they are sufficient for me. In the end, I've decided they are sufficient for me. These small lenses are giving me enough image quality for the 26 megapixel sensor with all the Fujifilm cameras, and I'm also able to use this on the X-T5 camera. And these are sufficient for this kind of work, for colored photography, for film-like photography. photography, so great small lenses. Unfortunately, I have wanted more small lenses like this and very capable, but now Fujifilm now is making new bigger lenses, but for the moment I'm okay with these old lenses and also with the f2WR lenses. So the lenses that are good, yes, they have a small roundup, but it's sufficient. We have the main focal lenses here. We have from 24 from full frame to 85mm for full frame, small capable lenses that will render images, amazing images, film-like images, so nothing beats those lenses. And the last point, how I've said, is the image rendering. Put these lenses with the X10 sensor, how I've said, with the image quality that it's not like any other camera. I feel that the image quality of the X APS-C lineup is designed to mimic as close as Fujifilm can the film look. So you get organic look because of the lenses, of the sensor and of the film simulations that are very tied up to the hardware. So this is not by mistake. This is how Fujifilm designed and synced those APS-C cameras. Now in conclusion, I can't really get the art feeling, the organical feeling, the straight from the camera feeling with other cameras. I'm shooting, how I've said, Sony APS-C camera, great results, but I must take the raw files, bring them to Lightroom and add a preset. And from there I must take the raw file where I want. I'm able to do this, but it implies time. I'm liking from time to time to do this, but with this it's another story. The process, the happiness, the dopamine, the adrenaline, all the enjoying act of photography, it's much more with Fujifilm, much more. And combining all these factors, design, look, weight, lenses, film simulations, rendering of the final image straight from the camera, the process is amazing. So even if Fujifilm system is not a perfect system, I feel that all these imperfections are making me challenge my photography, and I like a challenge in photography. When the camera is doing all for me, I don't have that challenge. I like to have challenges, and Fujifilm is making me have that challenge. The reality is not perfect. Good photography is not perfect, is not clinical and digital perfect. So this is where I feel Fujifilm is meeting all my expectations. So this is why I like to shoot Fujifilm. Now, please check my affiliate links if you want to support my channel, if you want to buy something from the gear that I'm using from Amazon. Also subscribe to my newsletter where I share tips and tricks about photography. Also give it a like, share my video and check the next video. Click here right now.